OK, Rupa Huq, as you heard there from Mr. Bharti there, it doesn't risk Britain's international reputation. It's all part of the negotiations, if I paraphrase what he said.
I mean, the number of Conservatives who've come out and said completely the opposite. It's almost like a Conservative greatest hits of all the past few decades. Lamont, Major, all the living ex-prime ministers we have. In fact, David Cameron came out today. People, and it's not just Remain-minded people. People like Norman Howard,
Michael Howard,
Norman Lamont, and Michael Howard. Both of those are not arch Remainers. They're quite the opposite, and they've said it's really dangerous to tear up international law in this way because we've got a whole load of trade agreements that have to be made on the other side of this. And so how is anyone going to take anything we do seriously again on the other side of this? It's a very dangerous game they're playing.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's some kind of double, triple bluff, some sort of negotiating tactic, but it's a seriously dangerous road to go down. Theresa May said so the other day, and I think they do so at their peril. And they need to get a grip. There is a deal to be done. Why don't they do it?
Okay. Rupa Huq, your leader thinks this is a distraction, to borrow a phrase from David Cameron. Seems to be in the news today. He says this is banging on about Brexit when the real issue is, of course, the pandemic.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a global pandemic. We have the worst death toll in Europe, and it looks like a distraction technique. It looks like some kind of showboating, playing to the gallery, theatrics, to sort of to divert the world's eyes away from all that. And it's a really bad deal because it not only risks the union, as Drew Henry said, but it risks it endangers the Northern Ireland, Good Friday Agreement, which is a proud achievement of a former Labour government, of Mo Mowlam, a fantastic Labour woman, as well as trashing our reputation overseas, reputational damage. There are so many things wrong with this. Yes, there's a good point of having an internal market bill to have a smooth transition for the four nations, because we're coming out of an organisation that we've been in for over 40 years, but this is not it.
Out of time. Last word to you, Rupa Huq.
It's tearing up their own international agreement. It's their own withdrawal agreement that was negotiated before Christmas. They had their stonking big majority. Look, I didn't want to leave at all, but they've got to do this now. They've got to get Brexit done, and to tear up their own agreement, Boris Johnson saying that he hadn't read it. Ed Miliband was brilliant in the chamber just now, and Boris Johnson was sort of spluttering, probably because they've got such a big parliamentary majority, they will get this through, but there could be trouble ahead in the Lords. And it's just illegitimate to do this. No other previous British government would have contemplated ripping up international law in the way that this one has. And, a lot of people are ashamed to be Conservative today, even if they're not openly saying it. OK, well, nodding from Drew Henry there, shaking of head from Saqib Bharti. Thank you, gentlemen, very much indeed. Thank you, Rupa Huq. Very good to talk to you all.
Thank you.